Hello from Cotillion Gardens here in Felton, California. The little camping spot behind me is going to be where I'm going to call home for the next day and night. So come join me as we explore Cotillion Gardens. Alright, right off the bat with information. This is where my fire ring is gonna go. Apparently, you have to sign a waiver to get one, and they come and they deliver it to you because they said that people take them home. So I signed my waiver, and they said in a couple hours they're gonna bring me my fire ring. Didn't cost anything, free of charge. But you gotta ask. I'm crouching a lot in this video already. I guess it's one of those kinds of videos. So this spot that I have is pretty sweet. They have mostly RV spots and cabin spots, but there are a few tent spots. I scored this tent spot, which I think is pretty cool. There's a creek nearby. You gotta take a bridge to get here. I'm digging it so far. You're kind of away from everybody else just a little bit too, which is nice. All right, so my spot is T2 and then this is T1. They both have platforms, they both have picnic tables, and they both have the creek running through. So pretty sweet and definitely kind of secluded from everybody else. I'm digging it. I did check online and it looked like somebody did reserve this, but always cool, you know, to have places on your own. You know. All right, if you don't know what a widowmaker is, it's essentially a dead branch from a tree and it can fall and it'll make a widow. You know, it's not good. This tree right here by the fire pit, it looks alive, but there are some precarious branches. That's making me a little nervous right there. And then when I go to bed at night tonight, they look like healthy branches, but hopefully I don't get impaled tonight by these. These I think are okay. These ones, I'm gonna keep my distance when I have a fire. And for those of you staying in this exact spot, or T1 and T2, the parking's a little precarious. Man, I was really afraid of pulling up too far and going in the creek. I wonder if anybody has ever gone off the edge, but I made it. All right, what do you say? Let's go explore a little bit of Cotillion Gardens and we'll get back to all this later. All right, for a cell phone provider, we have T-Mobile and I get 0 service in the park. However, they have Wi-Fi. It works really well, like really well. So that's cool. All right, I made it out of camp and we are gonna start at the beginning. This behind me is Highway 9 and just past the Toll House Resort, which I always wanna say Toll House Cookies, is Cotillion Gardens RV Park. You're gonna come off Highway 9 and head down. And then right to our left is Smithwoods. This is Old Big Trees Road. And fun little fact, me and my friend Tyler used to bomb this hill with longboard skateboards way back in the day. And yeah, we got hurt a lot. Good memories. All right, coming down this road, which I don't know, maybe it's a 1/4 mile. It's not that long. You see the entrance of Cotillion. All right, we have entered Cotillion Gardens RV Park. They have a lovely little center right there that we'll check out later. Reminders to slow down. There's bathrooms we're gonna check out too. They have a pool over there. Here's a quick look of inside the clubhouse. They do have a pool table, but there were some people playing. I didn't want to film them. Here's also the pool. I got the pool after hours because it was a pretty popular place. It also has a spa. This whole area is always really well taken care of and very clean. And right by the clubhouse is a place you can do your laundry. Looks like they got ice. Hangout spot, pretty sweet. Definitely one of the nicest like clubhouses. Looks like they got bathrooms back there too. One of the nicer clubhouses in the campground I've been to. They do have a little dog park when you first enter. And we're gonna check it out in a little bit, but there are hiking trails. There are hiking trails right over there. Let's do a quick walk around. They do have cabins kind of randomly strewn about here in the park that look lovely. I've never stayed in one of those. Walking past my place, I still don't have a neighbor. All the spots look to have water, so that's awesome. Hopefully nobody shows up and I got this place all to myself. All right, so let's get some reference. So there's my spot, neighbor's way over there, which they're not there yet, and then here's my next closest person. So nice distance between campers. Let's do a little walk around. I'm guessing those things sticking up around camp are probably for the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi works good though, that's for sure. And then it looks like they got these little hangout spots right here, which is pretty cool. All right, I'm trying not to film too many people, so here's a spot. These ones are relatively close to each other, but very nice, very clean, very maintained. And like, here's a camper, and then here's the spot. This kind of looks cool. Let's go out and check out this spot here. All right, I think that was 40. There were some people kind of close by, so let's check this one out. 41. Looks like it's got a Wi-Fi thing right in camp. And here's a little picnic table. It looks like the creek is kind of dried up on this side. There's a small little loop right there, and then there's the bathroom, and I checked it out. I put it in right here. It's old, it's small, but it's very clean. Apparently there's showers too. It's very clean, very clean. So, very clean. Look at how old this mirror is. That is an old, probably original mirror. And then you can sit right there and just encourage the person showering. Like, it looks like even if you're close to somebody, the spots are still relatively big. And then here's some more cabins. And looks like you got a trailhead right over there too. That's cool. Looks like these are cabins F28 and F27. And we're gonna work our way back down. All right, here's some more spots. And that's what they look like. Looks like that might be the master control panel for the Wi-Fi. Like I said, they are kind of close to each other, but the spots are really wide, which is nice. So gives you room to do your stuff. Coming down the hill, there's a big RV thing, and then there is a big spot. And essentially we're coming down, the pool is over there. That'll get later, and then my spot's gonna be right around the bend here. So it's not a huge campground, but for what it is, it's very nice, very well maintained. And they definitely have a lot of rules. Maybe we'll go over that later, but they definitely try to keep this park in tip-top shape, tip-top. All right, so right past the basketball court and by the pool is a trailhead. Let's go on a little hike. All right, while we're hiking, let me just say, so the registration or the main little area, I don't know, that looks pokey. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to film it or not. There's a decent amount of people coming in and out of there all the time, but it does have your basic necessities. They got firewood, they got some drinks, they got some snacks. So that's what the store has. I'll try to film it, but I don't know if I'll get to. All right, so the trail to get here is pretty self-explanatory. You just walk in the trailhead and just kind of walk back to this area. It's not far at all and pretty hard to get lost. So right by this sign, instead of going right for the train tracks, which you can, we're gonna go left to the river. And really quick, if you wanna go to the Garden of Eden, you go right, you follow the train tracks. I made a video about it and I'll put that in this video's description. Just past that sign, bam. Now this bridge is not always up. This is seasonal. So around like summertime, like it is right now, July, it's up, hopefully, fingers crossed. And let's go to the other side. All right, here we are. Go ahead and look right, and that is a live train track up there, so just FYI. And this is the beautiful San Lorenzo River. Looking left. All right, we have made it to the other side, and this is called Pipeline Road. You can go that way, but we are gonna go this way. You can follow the river trail there. We're just gonna stay here. So behind me there is one of the largest redwood trees in the world. I'm in the Redwood Grove trail right now at Henry Cowells State Park, something like that. If you guys wanna know everything about this area, I did an entire video about the Redwood Grove Trail, its history. It's absolutely fascinating. Love this place. So we're continuing our walk to Roaring Camp, and that's the cool thing. If you're staying here in Cotillion, you can jump on a train, take you into town. You can stay there for a good chunk of the day. They'll come pick you up and take you back. You don't have to drive anywhere, and you get an awesome train ride. You're almost guaranteed to see deer on this walk when it's not too busy out. So apparently my wireless microphone died during this hike and I had no idea. Like right here, I have no idea what I'm saying. This is Roaring Camp though. I plan on doing a film on this place, but for now, here's a fast tour. There's gift shops, food, they do concerts sometimes. This is also where you can ride a mountain train, or my favorite, the round trip train ride to the boardwalk. Setting up camp at Cotillion, taking this walk to the train, riding it to the boardwalk, hanging out for a few hours, coming on back. It's an epic adventure the whole family can enjoy. Walking back to camp, I do remember referencing the hike reminded me of the beautiful San Lorenzo River trail run I recently did on these trails. If you're a runner, that video link will be in this video's description. Alright, back to camp. Oh yeah, and when you come back into camp, right by the trailhead is a dishwashing station. But got the other microphone on. It's kind of fun sitting here watching people kind of coming on in. I still don't have any neighbors. That's awesome. So, I did not mention this. Some of the RV sites, they do allow you to have tents. You gotta check. And then, there's some RV spots where you can tent camp, but it looked like online you're gonna pay the same price as the RV price, so just call and check. But it does look like there's dedicated tent sites like I have, but there's not that many. And then you can camp in the RV spots. Yeah. There is also a very clean, well-maintained playground for the kids in camp. It's that time. Ooh, okay. Alright, for dinner we're trying these garlic sausage, naturally smoked. And we're gonna have chili. We're gonna make chili cheese dogs essentially with garlic sausage. Far still going. No Widowmakers so far. Woo. Neighbors just showed up. My camp is being invaded by skunks. I kid you not. I just saw a mama skunk and then I just saw a baby skunk. Alright, I just got my sleeping bag. Got my little light here leading in. There's the bridge. It gets dark out here. You can't even really see. Alright, I've not stayed in this actual campground since I was a kid. It gets dark. This lens that I'm using on this camera can practically see in the dark. So it can see stuff that I can't even see right now, but there's like not a lot of lights out here. And then I heard somebody else say, hey, I just saw a bunch of skunks around my camp, be careful. Luckily I brought my my running headlamp, and I also have my waist lamp too. My waist lamp's not on right now, just the headlamp, but FYI, if you come out here, definitely bring light. Because without it, you can't see anything. Alright, I'm settling in for the night. I actually wanted to stay by the fire for maybe another hour or so. but every time I turn my headlamp off, they just swarm the area. And they're being super friendly, and this is their home, so I feel bad for them. You know, I'm invading on their home, so I'm gonna give them their peace and turn in for the night and get comfortable. The huge branches above me scares me more than the critters. Still very early in the morning. Packed up, leaving early for home. Made it through the night. No sticks got me, no skunks, no mountain lions. I heard the babbling brook all night. It was a lovely experience. Highly recommend this place. Magical place. Really love this place. Anyways, with that being said, now it's time for you to go have an adventure of your own. Just how I left it. Thanks for letting me share your spot, Skunks.